to go GNCC Racing!
One of the veteran rounds of the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series, the Weisco John Penton GNCC in Millfield, Ohio. I'm Jason Wygant, your host. We've been racing here since the 1990s, more than 20 years of experience putting on events at this track. Here's our AMSOIL race recap of our previous race, the X Factor in Peru, Indiana. Walker Fowler, who has had his starts dialed this year, battling for the whole shot with the number 8. That's Marty Christopherson, who's always quick off the line in that number 8 Honda. Now this would turn out to be a fantastic race. Jared McClure would get into the lead fairly early for him. He usually lays in wait. Same thing with Chris Borich, but he was up to second, and the battle was on. We also had Bryson Neal in the mix. Then watch Borich over the bars and down. It was okay, but that eliminated him from contention for the win. So here it is. It appears that Walker Fowler is going to get the race win. He has 2 turns left in a 2-hour affair until he runs out of gas here about 100 feet away from the finish. He starts to push. He gets help from his crew. Here comes McClure in second. He's got fuel in the tank, and he just beats the pushed machine of Fowler across the line. There's Borich in third. What a wild race. Fowler has to get it to the line. He does. Borich is actually credited with second. Fowler pushed back to fourth. Neal third. Unbelievable. All right. So a big win for Jared McClure. Let's talk to him.
The whole race was pretty wild, but man, coming around that last turn there, I seen Joe Borich out in the fields just before pointing, that Walker was right there. I didn't know really what was happening or what was going on. And, I found out he was running out of gas then. And coming around the last turn, I seen him starting to push his bike. And I thought, oh, man, hopefully I could squeeze by him. And was just able to. Like you said, it's, rather would beat somebody straight up. But, everybody has problems in these races. And fortunate enough for me, I kept it going all the way to the line.
So congrats to the JMR ATVRiders.com back. McClure taking his first win of the year. Now we're ready to go here in Ohio for the John Penton GNCC. Adam McGill. Oh, he had the whole shot, but he almost flipped it in the first turn, and that is going to open the door for another Weisco Whole Shot Award for Fowler. He has been unbelievable off the starts this year. Meanwhile, McGill has had many bad ones this season, so I was pumped to see him get off the line well, but almost turned it over in that first turn. I think it's Cole Richardson up to second on his Yamaha. McGill recovering for third with Borich right behind him. And into the woods we go. Back to the line for the XC2 division. These are the Pro-Am riders, up-and-coming talent. True Landers going for that All Balls Racing Whole Shot Award. I think he's got it. A lot of fast riders in here. John Glauda Jr. having a good season. Hunter Hart, Ben Gawaleski, Austin Abney. A lot of good riders who will probably be in this Pro division somewhere down the line. But today's Pro class led by Walker Fowler is trying to get away. Deep field today. Wesley Wolf just went by. Greg Covert on the number 12 heading into the woods. Here's Fowler, Walker Fowler Racing Machine. Been racing here, like I said, for over 20 years. But see, they always try to cut out some fresh trail to mix it up a little bit. As the Ampro Yamaha Machine of Richardson still second. Then it's Borich and McGill. More Virgin Forest. Fowler just trying to figure out where to go. Hooks back on to the water crossing, and he has really stretched it. A couple of Fowler people down there just making sure they can help point out the good lines to their guy. Borich has taken over second. Richardson back to third. And someone McGill has decided to take the tough line through the rocks, although I don't think it was the fast one. Bryson Neal closing in on him. Wesley Wolf and Devin Feehan coming through next. We're just getting started. The Wiseco John Penton GNCC.
The AMSOIL GNCC series on Racer TV is brought to you in part by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And Monster Energy, unleash the beast.
We're gonna unleash the Walker Fowler crew. Yeah, there's something to dance about here. That's really impressive because Walker is leading the way. All systems go as he rolls past his pit. Mechanic Mark Notman puts on the board. 48-second lead. Wow. Don't get this kid angry, as he will take it out on the competition. He had that previous race win in the bag until he ran out of gas right at the finish. Notman and the rest of the crew tried to push him across the line. Not quick enough, and he lost the lead and the victory to McClure. Now the Ohio native trying to pour it on in his home state and doing a good job with it. Boric second, Richardson third, Neal fourth. Neal looking for running room to try to get around Richardson. Then it's McGill. Nice little pass there. I think that was McClure. Feehan Christofferson, Wesley Wolf, all in the mix. No change in the order yet. I thought McGill with that good start was maybe in the hunt to run with Fowler today, but that early mistake pushed him back, and he's not been able to regain those positions because Boric riding very well in second. Boric, such an interesting situation. The all-time leader in GNCC race wins and a 6-time champ, but he has not won in nearly 4 years. His last race victory was the season finale when he won it to win his last title. He's battling right down to the wire with Fowler. He got the win. Fowler finished second in the race and the series, and Fowler has been the dominant factor ever since. Boric is still very good, though. He's looking behind him. A little bit strange, and he just let Bryson Neal go by him for second place. So I'm not sure what has happened here. Now another position made up. I think that's McClure now in front of Neal and Boric. So McClure is on the move. And Boric right behind them. Wow, that was a strange situation, but McClure will take it. I don't know if he'll be able to run down Fowler. We have some rain coming down now. But he's starting to pull away from Neal and Boric. And yes, see them pulling the roll-offs on the goggles because of the rain. And boy, this track is difficult when it rains. Yes, every track is. I understand that doesn't sound like rocket science, but this Ohio clay is so slick when it's wet, yet at the same time it's sticky on the machines, and everything will start weighing down. Also, the ruts can get really nasty out here. But I don't know if it's enough rain to make a huge difference as Fowler threads the needle through lap traffic. And there's McClure after him. McClure's going to have to hope for a mistake. Maybe Fowler runs out of gas. Stranger things have happened in GNCC racing. It's not over. From the Wiseco John Penton.
The AMSOIL GNCC series on Racer TV is brought to you in part by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And Monster Energy, unleash the beast.
Walker Fowler leading this race, getting to the top of one of the many difficult uphills here in the woods of Southern Ohio. It has been that kind of day for him. Even when danger appears to be right around the corner, he's able to get around it, over it, through it. and no problem. Now Fowler headed for daylight onto the Sunday Creek motocross track with the race win seemingly in hand, although it got away from him even closer to the finish line than this at our last race when he ran out of fuel. You've got to imagine with the lead he built up early, they took their time with the pit stops and aren't gambling on fuel this time. And this track, owned and operated by the Russell family, Jeff Russell and his dad Howard, who are big principal players in this series. Jeff, our GNCC trail boss. They've got to be proud. An Ohio native has won it. Walker Fowler back on top. And AMSOIL GNCC, no bad luck, no gremlins this time. And woo! Look at this celebration. Yeah, Walker's pumped to put that Yamaha back in victory lane. Although look at how slippery it is. Yeah, I might as well take advantage if it is. I told you that clay gets slick if it rains.
That's the way the rest of those other 6 races should have been. These guys are riding good this year. There's no doubt about that. Everyone's picked it up, and I'm not taking anything away from them. That last lap, honestly, with the cushion that I did have, I backed it down, and then I kind of got to about the 5 or 6, and I'm like, man, I hope I didn't go too slow because I know these guys are just as hungry as I am, and they're still in the thick of things. And that's the difference between this season and last. You know, the points got so spread out that everyone gave up, and man, the wins were just coming so easy. This year, everyone's in the thick of things. Confidence is still up for the rest of the riders, and they're making it tough on me.
Well, they are, but not today. They weren't able to stay close. Here's your battle to the line. That's Boric sliding on through. Nice line on the inside by Neal, using the grass to try to get some traction as he goes after the number 3 of McClure. 3-rider battle for the final 2 podium spots. Boric, McClure, Neal. Neal in the grass again, although this time I think that was a mistake. Oh, this motocross track, difficult to negotiate when the dirt is this slippery, but the man who's going to do it best is Boric. 2nd place on the Maxxis Yeol Cycle Barn Suzuki, just ahead of the ATV Riders JMR Racing machine of McClure Neal on the B. Neal Motorsports rod. 4th. Let's have a chat. Good sportsmanship. These guys are good buddies off the track, and let's talk to them about this battle.
Bryson got stuck on a hill at the, I don't even know where it was, probably 9-mile marker, so I was able to get by him and just try to put the hammer down from there and just stay smooth and smart. Corners were super slippery, but I have to give it up to Maxxis tires. They hooked up great and got me to the finish line and ultimately 2nd, but not where we want to be, but we'll keep working.
Rocky Mountain ATV MC results: Richardson, Wolf, Merritt, Christopherson, Gallagher, Feehan round out the top 10.
I'm happy with 3rd. I gained some points on Bryson. You know, I would have liked to. In my mind, I thought I should have had 2nd. You know, I had that gap, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll be up into 2nd in points. I was a little bummed at what happened, but you know, that's racing. We all had to deal with lappers out there, and it was fun. I had a blast, and just want to thank all the guys that helped me out.
Here's your AMSOIL race recap. Oh, I thought Adam McGill had it. No! Almost rolls out of turn 1, and rolling to the lead is Walker Fowler, and he was motivated today after some hard luck races this year. He wanted to show everyone why he has that number 1 plate on his YFZ 450, and he showed it by pulling away quickly, even under difficult conditions. He rode very, very well. And the battles behind him, it was on. Boric, Neal, McClure, McGill, really fun to watch. This was strange that Boric at one point looked like he actually pulled over and let Bryson Neal get by him. But he mustn't have had that big of a problem because he put the hammer down and got back in it. Also, Cole Richardson, shout out to him. He was in that mix. Eventually, McClure would take the position from Neal, who had already gotten around Boric, as you saw. And those 3 would duel all the way down to the line for those final 2 podium spots. It was a lapper that would do in McClure and getting stuck on a hill that would slow up Neal and take Boric from 4th up into 2nd by the time they got to the motocross track. See, they've got the edge on him now. But Boric just stayed in it. And when they had their problems, the veteran and 6-time GNCC champ was able to get around them. Meanwhile, Fowler climbing to the top in the mud. and making it look so good as he takes the victory and a big celebration after the last race ended with a heartbreaking finish. So there's the celebration. Slick dirt, good for donuts. There's Boric, as I said, getting around McClure and Neal on the final lap to take the runner-up ride. So that's it for the Wiseco John Penton. Every time they get a hook in Walker Fowler, he comes back to get another race win and further extend his points lead. Neal and McClure are tied for second. Those are your Rocky Mountain ATV MC standings. Hunter Hart takes the win in XC2 Pro-Am, and there's Fowler on top in XC1. Thanks for watching Racer TV.